Do you realize I'm talking the generic we, spend quite a bit of time judging one another? When we want others, when we see others around us, we tend to size them up, right? And that sizing up can quickly turn to judgment. If you look in the dictionary of what judgment is, it says judgment is the process of forming an opinion or evaluation, discerning and comparing. It's an opinion or an estimate. The capacity of judging, discernment, by exercising this capacity, it's a formal utterance of an authoritative opinion. An opinion so pronounced, a proposition stating something believed or asserted. Judgment doesn't always need to be negative, but somehow that's often how our judgment goes, and we lean that way. We seem to have the ability to easily find fault in others. So often the faults that we find in others, well, they actually look a lot like us, our faults. And then we tend to do something about it, right? We want others to see where we have discerned they lack. And at times we even relish telling them, highlighting our judgment of others for them to see. Right before today's passage, a man and a woman are caught in adultery, in bed together. They're not husband and wife. And they, the community, brought the woman to Jesus to ask him about what he thought, what he might do about it. But Jesus simply bent down and started writing in the dirt. John 8, 7 and 8 in the Passion says this: angry, they kept insisting that he answer their question. So Jesus stood up and looked at them and said, let's have the man who has never had a single sinful desire throw the first stone. And then he bent down again and he wrote some more words in the dirt, in the dust. There is judgment here. Do you see it? A little biased judgment. The first, a man and a woman were caught in the very act of adultery. Why would they be in the space that a man and a woman were? Unless it was intentional. But there was already the assumption, a judgment made, and they wanted to have proof. Okay, so what happened to the man? They brought only the woman. Selective judgment, right? They were angry because Jesus wouldn't lean into their judgment and wouldn't stamp it as acceptable. And then he challenged their discernment, their judgment, and that didn't make them happy. John 8, 7 and 8 in the Message says this: they kept him, badgering him. He straightened up and he said, the sinless one among you, go first. Throw that stone. Jesus didn't let their judgment become his judgment or to let them influence him, to sway him or to move him. Instead, he challenges their process of forming an opinion, to evaluate themselves, to look inside, to form an opinion of their own. You have judged her sinful. What about you? Have you sinned? When was the last time you sinned? How often? The sinless one among you, throw the first stone. May we all lean into Jesus' discernment process. Maybe even ask Pneuma, the Spirit, to reveal to us the darkness within, where, when we have missed the mark, to discern our capacity to fall short, to authentically see inward. The Amplified Translation says John 8, 7 and 8 this way: However, when they persisted in questioning him, he straightened up and he said, "He who is without any sin among you, let him be the first one to throw a stone at her." And then he stooped down again and started writing in the ground. Jesus stooped down again. I suspect giving them some time and space, hoping they might pause, look inward. I confess I've always wondered and imagined what he was writing in the dirt. Dates, situations, names. Well, we'll never know. But maybe prompts to remind, to help them to see, to keep them focused. They eventually all walked away, laying down their stones, and let Jesus speak into her life. Maybe we need to do likewise. Less judgment, more Jesus. Pray with me. Jesus, the life that you lived, wow, it challenges me. It encourages me. It humbles me. Some days it makes me sad because I'm so far from where you were. I want to be more like you. I want to be less judgmental. I want to be more gracious, more forgiving. Now, he didn't let this woman off completely, but he didn't want those around her to be her judge. He wanted to offer forgiveness, grace, not death. Jesus is in the transformation business, the reconciliation business. He wants to give us all a second chance, or a third, sometimes a fourth or more. May we set down our stones and see with the love and grace of Jesus, to see the potential, to see the possibilities. Less judgment, more Jesus. May we be more like you. Amen. Kathy, once again, we invite you to help us with a breath practice that allows us to breathe in deeply, new ways, so we might think in new ways as well. Thank you, my friend.
In her message today, Pastor Sandy talks about the concept of discernment. Discernment can be something that we reach for with our breathing. So with each breath today, through our nose and out through nose, we're just going to make it a little bit longer. Each one 3 in, 3 out. Then the next one 4 in, 4 out. The next one 5 in, 5 out. So settle yourself into the place you've chosen for your breathing. Drop your shoulders down. Bring a sense of openness to your face, to your jaw. Inhale through the nose, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Deepen by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Deepen by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more. Deepen by 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your breathing back to its regular inhale and exhale. And see if there's a groundedness that is taking place, which may eventually lead to our discernment. Thanks for practicing with me.